Welcome! This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features electronic magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa, and here are the features we have for you this week. On Motoring Forum, we shall have DPWH Secretary Mark Villar on the newly opened NLEX Philippine Arena Interchange. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on the proper use of headlights while driving at night. This week's Flying Tripper shall be about the no smoking policy in PUVs. The public service segment shall have the MMDA's traffic management plan for the holiday season. Showcase this week shall have the pickup from Chevrolet, the 2019 Colorado 2.8-liter 4x2 DSL 6-speed LT AT Trail Boss. Waffle Race Weekend will have the highlights of the 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Special Night Race held at the Hacienda Decider Outlet.
All these plus the latest news on the country's transportation and traffic management are in this edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Suzuki all-new Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
7-seater in style. All-new Ertiga debut.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Welcome back. Motoring Today now starts with the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Officials of the DPWH and the NLEX Corporation, led by DPWH Secretary Mark Villar, conducted a site inspection on the ongoing construction of the 2.6-kilometer NLEX Harbor Link R10 section.
Now 65% complete, the said road is an elevated 2.6-kilometer section which stretches west from the New Caloocan Interchange to Radial Road 10 in Navotas City. An important feature of the project is a new off-ramp that will bring motorists directly from the NLEX to Dagat-Dagatan in Malabon City.
Yung unang exit, yung ang tinatawag namin Dagat-Dagatan exit, by January 15, ma-open na namin. Yung buong alignment, yung itong buong extension ng Harbor Link, ay yung exit ramp ay March ang target.
Motorists, especially those in the commercial trucking sector, will enjoy a hassle-free elevated expressway alternative to the choke points of EDSA, Balintawak, A. Bonifacio, and C3 5th Avenue.
Pag natapos po ito, yung mga truck na galing po sa port, pwede nang umakyat sa R10 pa lang. So napakalaking bagay dahil hindi na maging congested ang C3.
It is also envisioned for truckers who will be spared from the truck ban and subsequently experience quicker turnaround.
The NLEX Harbor Link project is one of the two high-impact PPP projects that are seen to boost the productive capacity of the economy. create jobs, increase incomes, and help ease traffic congestion in Metro Manila. Meanwhile, during the NLEX Harbor Link inspection, DPWH Secretary Villar and officials from the NLEX Corporation have also done a site inspection on the 8-kilometer NLEX Connector elevated expressway in the Kamanava area.
Led by the Public Works Secretary, relevant officials witnessed the full-blast foundation works of the first 5-kilometer section of the NLEX Connector Expressway at the New Caloocan Interchange. This section will extend to the future Sampaloc Interchange near España Boulevard, Manila.
Nandito rin po tayo dahil ito yung first initial construction ng connector. Magsisimula na yung board piling works sa May C3.
A total of 223 piers will be built to support the all-weather, all-vehicle NLEX connector, which will eventually interconnect with the Metro Manila Skyway Stage 3 in Santa Mesa, Manila.
Yung connector po, malaking bagay dahil lahat po ng truck na hindi lang NLEX, maging SLEX na rin ang accessibility nila. Hindi lang truck, pero lahat ng vehicles na galing po sa area, pwede nang may dalawang option na. Sa ngayon, pag natapos po ito, pwede sila mag-north, mag-NLEX. Pag natapos po yung connector, NLEX, SLEX ang option nila.
The elevated 4-lane divided carriageway NLEX connector will feature 2 interchanges and 4 toll plazas running above the Philippine National Railway lines. The PNR right-of-way is being shared by the NLEX connector and the North-South Commuter Railway, which is also under construction.
Secretary Villar has affirmed the government's commitment to turn over the remaining ROW of projects to fast-track the completion of this vital infrastructure. Continuing, the DOTR is initiating the creation of an Interagency Technical Working Group, or TWG, on motorcycle taxis in line with considering a 6-month extension of the motorcycle taxi pilot implementation to allow the participation of new players in the study.
Through the TWG, the DOTR is aiming to gather data to determine the viability of motorcycles as a safe mode of public transportation, which may be useful for consideration in the deliberation of several pending bills in both houses of Congress. It can be noted that by the end of June 2019, a 6-month pilot run was approved in aid of legislation for both the House of Representatives and the Senate to further evaluate pending legislative bills pushing for the legalization of the use of motorcycles as public utility vehicles, as well as amendment of existing laws, such as the Land Transportation and Traffic Code. The pilot implementation will end on December 26, 2019. The extension of the pilot implementation also aims to provide the TWG more time to widen the scope of their study on appropriate standards and capacities for motorcycles to be considered safe, convenient, and eligible for franchise.
The TWG has already submitted its recommendation, and a decision on the proposed extension is due for release in the coming days. And finally, the PNR has formally extended its rail services to Los Baños, Laguna with the addition of new stations and a train set from Japan.
The existing PNR line starting from Tutuban, Manila gets 5 new flag stop stations past the Calamba station, namely Pansol, Masili, Los Baños College, and the International Rice Research Institute. Moreover, included in the main line now is one Kogane train set, which consists of 3 coaches. Passengers can enjoy reclining and rotating seats, stowable tables, leg rest, and a comfort room inside the train. The said train set from Japan can accommodate 81 passengers. The fare from Tutuban to Los Baños is 150 pesos. The PNR ordered a total of 37 rail cars from Indonesia. On top of the 2 train sets, 31 more coaches are set to be delivered from December 2019 to February 2020. These shall form 7 train sets of 4 and 5 car configurations.
PNR General Manager June Magno said tests have been conducted to ensure smooth running operation of the extended services and that more trips will be added over time. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Here's Ray Louie.
Thanks, Susie. Prior to the start of the 30th Southeast Asian Games in the country, the DPWH and the NLEX Corporation opened the Philippine Arena Interchange in Bocaue, Bulacan, making traveling to the eastern portion of the province faster. The said interchange is an 80 lineal meter bridge connecting Bocaue Municipal Hall NLEX Ciudad de Victoria, and Bukawi Santa Maria Bypass Road. As of the moment, the new interchange has a northbound entry and exit toll plaza, and eventually, a southbound toll plaza will be built for better accessibility.
From NLEX, imbis na Bukawi, kung may event po, pwede na kayong umexit dito sa Philippine Arena exit and sa interchange. And kung galing po kayo sa Bukawi, pwede rin umexit dito. So luluwag po talaga yung Bukawi interchange, which ngayon sa mga taga Bulacan, alam nila na napaka-traffic doon. Ito makakaluwag na.
The Philippine Arena interchange aims to improve mobility and accessibility within the Bulacan Road network, particularly in Bukawi, Santa Maria, Pandi, Norzagaray, Angat, and other nearby towns.
Ang impact nito, kung dati kasi kung lalabas kayo galing po sa arena, pupunta pa, exit pa ng Bulacan, iikot pa. Ngayon hindi na kailangan, pwede na umexit, diretso na sa NLEX. The people from Bulacan can utilize this interchange kasi sa ngayon yung mga existing sobrang congested na. So ito makakaluwag talaga sa traffic ng Bulacan.
Initially, the section from Philippine Arena to the southbound side of NLEX opened on November 29, while the southbound section going to the Philippine Arena opened on November 30, only for the SEA Games opening ceremony to give way to the remaining works of the interchange project.
Ahead of schedule at ito wala pang isang taon tapos na. Kaya natutuwa naman kami at 24/7 ang trabaho ng DPWH. So ito game-changing project dahil maraming traffic dito at luluwag po ang Bukawi exit.
Eventually, a 1.91-kilometer road from MacArthur Highway to Bukawi Municipal will be improved, and a 1.3-kilometer road from the Philippine Arena to the existing Patubig Road in Marilao, Bulacan will be constructed. That was DPWH Secretary Mark Villar. Our guest this week on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Continuing with Motoring Today, here once again is this week's series of valuable motoring tips. We start off with road safety reminders on the Young Street Smarts portion, courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines. If you are on a main road, make sure na ang headlights na iyong sasakyan ay naka-low beam sa tuwing mayroon kang makakasulubong na sasakyan. Your high beams can distract another driver, kaya mas maganda kung ang iyong headlights ay naka-low beam upang malinaw na magkakitaan at hindi maaksidente. Proper driver's demeanor, especially among drivers of public utility vehicles, is one of the major concerns we are addressing on our segment, Payong Choper, courtesy of Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong chopper lang kaibigan, ako po si Hares. Isa po ang kapwa ninyo chopper. Baka di nyo alam, ang paninigarilyo ay matagal nang ipinagbabawal sa mga pampublikong sasakyan.
Respeto na lang po sa ating mga pasahero, lalo na sa mga di naninigarilyo na sakay mo. Kung ang mga pasahero ay di pwedeng manigarilyo, lalo na sigurong bawal manigarilyo ang nagmamaneho. Ang usok na dulot ng sigarilyo mo ay puwerhisyo sa taong nakakalanghap nito. Kapag naninigarilyo ang driver, wala ang atensyon niya sa pagmamaneho. Baka di mo mamalayan, wala na pala sa direksyon ang pagmamaneho.
Kaya sundin ang batas na ito para makaiwas makaperwisyo. Ito po si Haris Morales, Payong Chopper lang kaibigan. Mula sa isang kapwa niyo chopper.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
We're back. We now welcome you to Motoring Today's World of Motorsports. We start with the latest news and developments. Since this is our last motorsports news of the year, it is only fitting that we report on the successful stint of the Philippine delegation at the recent holding of the first ever Taipei International Gymkhana Prize or TGIP, which coincides with the third round of the 2019 Asia Auto Gymkhana Championship. 11 teams composed of the 2 male drivers and only 1 female driver, selected by National Sporting Authorities or NSAs of FIA members, participated in the TGIP. These included NSAs from the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, and India, the 6 teams competing in the AAGC. The other teams also competing in the TGIP are from Taiwan, Australia, Germany, Kyrgyzstan, and Nigeria. The Philippine delegation is composed of Mark Bernales, Estefano Rivera, and Gabby De Sales. The competition, divided into solo, doubles, and team, is all about driving fastest through a course marked out by pilots without touching them, making it more about driving skill. All competitors drive similarly prepared cars provided by race organizers. At the TGIP, the competition cars were 6 stock Subaru Livorg 1.6 GTS units. Qualifying sessions determine the order of knockout stages, in which pairs of competitors go head-to-head. Who won the solo competition at the AAGC in Korea landed in the top 6 in qualifying, Estefano 12th and Gabby 21st. During the solo knockout stages, Estefano finished in the top 4. In the doubles event, he and Mark teamed up to qualify in the first and finished third in the knockout stages for both the TGIP and the AAG competitions. In the team competition, their trio landed second in both the TGIP and AAGC. The final round of the 2019 AAGC takes place in India this month. More in the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today as we now give you Race Weekend. For the first time ever, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series held a nighttime round. And surprise, surprise, a lot of entries showed up, including newbies to what may not be a one-off event. Race Weekend was there to witness the packed experiment. We're here at the Hacienda Designer Outlet for the special leg of the Autocross Championship Series, the first ever night race. Let's go check it out. The 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series has had a successful 8-round season, which saw the sport continue to be one of the top drawers among local grassroots racing events. But this year, it has played an encore of sorts, holding one last round, a special nighttime round at Hacienda Designer Outlet parking lot grounds in Silang, Cavite. We talked with PAX founder Danny Santiago to find out why. We're here with the main man of the Autocross Championship Series, Mr. Danny Santiago. Hi Danny, thank you for joining us.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for being here.
So, Danny, this is a different scenery here, a different environment, a night race. How were you able to pull this off?
It's actually an experiment. So, pag successful siya, we will be adding a night race next year, maybe once or twice. And we'll be trying to get the other side of Hacienda.
I'm sure a lot of people will wonder or wondering if this will be a regular thing for the Autocross Championship Series? Will this be an alternate like style, day race, night race, day race, night race?
Something like that, but only maybe 1 or 2 races.
There are new faces here in the Autocross Championship Series night leg. No? Can you tell us, are there any new prospects for you to show the public?
There are a lot of new faces, no? I'm just trying to memorize their names, and they have the nice cars, fast cars.
A lot of viewers are also asking us kung bakit maiksi lang yung Autocross Championship Series. They want to see more. Are you looking to extend the series next year?
We will be trying to make it a 10-race series. Hopefully, the plans work out. But if not, we'll be back to the 8 rounds. But we want sana to make it a 10-round series.
All right. That's the main man, Danny Santiago. The special nighttime Autocross race drew many racing newbies, some from the Super Sprint series with no experience racing at night, others from Rallycross who have raced at night but not on paved surfaces. One newbie who has raced in Super Sprint is Maki Fergante. How did you find racing in Autocross and in a dimly lit parking lot?
First time ko sa Super Sprint, tas yun, parang nag-practice lang ako doon. Pero okay siya. Tas sa PAX, first time ko rin. Tumakbo, parang kinakabahan ako eh. Tas feeling ko hindi ko kakayanin yung track kasi yun nga, madilim.
Also from the Super Sprint is Jobert Go, one of the active motorsports enthusiast members of Grupo Toyota and the Yaris Boys, among other clubs.
First of all, this is a night race. So I think of it's so cool that you could race at night. Other racing series doesn't have a night race. So I think of it is cool. Second, you will think of it as a difficult one because there's no lights in the track. Only 3 of them are open, and then you need to really be careful because if you make a mistake, you'd hit the lights.
Many from Rallycross showed up at the Asheta Designer outlet, including the likes of Louis Camacho and John Ray Sandiego, who, while veterans of the rally sport and nighttime racing, are classified as novices in Autocross. Race Weekend caught up with John Ray just before one of his runs. How did he find out his stint in Autocross racing in the dark?
Well, nakakatuwa siya kasi kami sa Philippine Rallycross, medyo sanay din kami sa night race naman. So, nakakatuwa na makita siya dito sa sa tarmac naman, sa pavement. Well, para sa newbie na katulad ko sa autocross, di siya madali syempre, pero kumbaga di rin naman siya sobrang complicated pa. So, medyo mas na-enjoy naman yung track.
It wasn't only the guys who showed up for the nighttime race. Dominic Sarmiento also crossed over from slalom to Autocross for the nighttime race.
Actually, since bago pa naman po ako, I'm just trying something new. And then parang naninibago pa din ako. So, mas maluwag siya. And then, unlike slalom, talagang wala siyang 360 or 180 na talagang sobra. Since night race siya, during slalom races, talagang nahihirapan ako during night kasi hindi ko na siya makita na maayos. And now, nag-a-adjust ako kasi first night race ko talaga. And buti naman, nakakaya.
After the end of a long night of Autocross racing in which many of the regulars appeared alongside the newbies, Cody Lang emerged as the novice overall winner. Kinik De Leon topped the open overall category. Jen Colino was named overall champion. The first ever nighttime Autocross can be deemed a success. And if this, as hoped by Danny Santiago, becomes a regular part of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series, there may be many raring to sign up as entries.
once in a while naman sumasali rin talaga kami dito. Pag libre, ganun. Pag di nakasabay dun sa schedule nung race namin, ganun. Talagang to enjoy lang talaga.
Oo, nagre-ready ako ng race car talaga para buuin ko yung box.
I will continue next year, next season, next series. I'll still continue racing. I would never stop because that's what I love doing. Philippine Autocross and Super Sprint.
That does it for our coverage of the 2019 Autocross Championship Series Special Leg Night Race. Be sure to check us out next week for more Race Weekend. Nighttime rounds have always spiced up many racing series around the world. Even Formula One has them. WRC2, just to name a couple of biggest motorsport series in the world. In the country, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series has been keeping the practice of holding nighttime rounds alive. Next year, we may just see parking lot races at night. That's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Suzuki all-new Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style. All-new Ertiga debut.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Toyota Motor Corporation has brought in the 5 Continents Drive to the Philippines in line with the company's commitment to making ever better cars.
The 5 Continents Drive actually started in 2014 with a team from Toyota Motor Corporation and Toyota Engineering. Team members drive several vehicles in different continents to understand different road conditions, the driving habits of the market in those areas, with the goal of getting the knowledge so that they can make better cars for the consumers.
According to Toyota, the 5 Continents Drive team aims to drive various Toyota vehicles in local communities, diverse terrains, and challenging environments, which customers experience on the road on a daily basis.
It is actually very aligned with our philosophy of Genji Genbutsu, going and seeing the actual market so that they can gain the understanding and translate it into making better vehicles. So it is of course aligned with Toyota's philosophy of giving the best products for our customers by understanding their needs and understanding how they use the vehicle in their daily lives.
Last November, Toyota Motor Corporation, through its local affiliate Toyota Motor Philippines, together with the global affiliates, concluded the Philippine leg of the global project 5 Continents Drive at the Philippine Goal event at Toyota Manila Bay Corporation. Officially launched in a send-off ceremony at Toyota's Santa Rosa Laguna plant in November 19, the project brought 27 Toyota engineers and technical experts from TMC, TMP, Toyota Daihatsu Engineering and Manufacturing, and Toyota Motor Asia Pacific to the roads of Metro Manila, Bulacan, Tarlac, La Union, Baguio, Pangasinan, and other neighboring provinces. The 5 Continents 9 vehicle convoy for the Philippine drive is composed of the locally assembled Vios and Innova, together with the Hilux, Corolla Altis Hybrid, Rush, Fortuner, and the RAV4.
We would like to congratulate the contingent of the Toyota's 5 Continents Drive. It's not easy to be a foreigner driving in various roads, especially in the Philippines. We know how challenging it is. So we congratulate them for taking this time and effort to understand our market. And we also would like to thank them for taking this learning back to their headquarters and hopefully in the future incorporate it in how they make better cars for us.
SsangYong Philippines has recently launched its newest diesel-powered lineup, with the Corando and Tivoli taking on the center stage. The 2020 edition of the Corando adopted a few key features from the 2015 Tivoli's design and was given a far more contemporary look.
SsangYong really made it a point to make it a more modern look, more refined. At the same time, the NVH was much improved from the previous models of the Corando. What you can find in the Corando is, first of all, the 10.25-inch SuperVision cluster. That's where you'll find all the information that you need in the vehicles, such as speed, the tachometer is there, the odometer, and then of course the vehicle settings. And then when you play music on your radio, you can see the title of the song, the album, etc. on the middle of the screen. It's basically the information center of the vehicle. It also comes with an 8-inch Android Auto and Apple CarPlay enabled smart audio system.
One of its biggest improvements, however, is its powertrain. The latest Corando is equipped with the brand's new EXDI 160 diesel engine, a durable, high-efficiency compact engine designed with both power delivery and fuel economy in mind. The engine is capable of producing a maximum output of 136 PS with peak torque of 324 Nm.
We really made it a point to introduce the Corando with a diesel engine because what we wanted to do was to make ourselves known as, first of all, the Korean SUV specialist. Second, as one of the only manufacturers with an all-diesel lineup. So together with that, we're launching the 2020 Tivoli, which previously came with a 1.6-liter gasoline engine. Now it comes with the same 1.6-liter turbo diesel engine, exactly the same as the one in the Corando that we're introducing today. The Tivoli, as mentioned, it has been around since 2015. It has gone through 2 facelifts already. But again, the point that we're making here is that we're introducing an all-diesel lineup. So that's why with the Tivoli, we're also inserting the same 1.6-liter, 136 horsepower, 324 Nm of torque diesel engine into the 2020 Tivoli.
The engine is capable of producing 136 PS of power and 324 Nm of torque. It's a significant improvement from the previous Tivoli XL-V's engine, which only had 300 Nm of torque and a 115 PS output. On top of the new engine, the Tivoli comes with a bolder look. The entire front of the vehicle has been redesigned to match this powerful new diesel mill, with lines that slope towards the center to create a more dynamic sense of movement.
Since it's a facelift, the main changes are in the front. The headlights have been updated, the taillights as well. It now features LED taillights. And one of the major changes was in the interior. So if you look at the interior, it's more modern, more refined. It's also quieter inside. In fact, you won't even hear the diesel engine when you're sitting inside the Tivoli.
With their respective fresh new looks and EXDI 160 diesel engines along with other improvements, both the Corando and the Tivoli pose as high-quality vehicles from SsangYong.
Next year, we're looking at selling a lot, and I mean a lot of units. That's because we know that Filipinos love diesel engines. And that's why we made it a point to introduce 4 models that come with diesel engines. So again, we started this June by introducing the Rexton 7-seater SUV, and then the Musso Grand and the Musso pickup trucks, which were derived from the Rexton. And then now we're launching the 2020 Tivoli and the Corando, which all come with diesel engines. For this 4th quarter, we'll be launching a new dealership in Otis, Manila. And then pretty soon, we'll also open 4 new branches in the Mindanao area. That would be in Davao, Cagayan de Oro, Butuan, and General Santos.
Ford Philippines has officially launched the all-new Ford Transit, which is designed to help businesses thrive, especially those involving moving people, as part of their daily operations.
Ford Transit is a commercial vehicle that feeds to the needs of the consumers who are looking to transporting not just people but also goods as well. So Transit that we bring into this market is a 15-seater vehicle that is apt for supporting businesses like tourism, like BPO industry, as well as the fleet requirement. We've known this business for over half a century. This is a very successful product globally. It's been successful in Europe, it's been very successful in China, and it's been a top seller in the Americas as well. So as a global product, we thought it is appropriate to bring it to Philippines market, which is fast emerging into the tourism industry, into the hospitality industry, into the BPO industry, which is one of the largest revenue generation industries for Philippines market. Because of this vehicle nature, the downtime is important, service intervals are important. The vehicle service needs here is just once a year. So it brings the business owners an opportunity to run the vehicle without bringing it to the service station for over a year. So that's an opportunity, serves to the businesses very well because downtime is an important aspect of your business.
The all-new Transit is powered by Ford's proven 2.2-liter Duratorque diesel engine capable of generating 135 PS of power and 385 Nm of torque, which is coupled with a 6-speed rear-wheel drive manual transmission. The all-new Transit features a built-for-purpose design with a distinctive look, spacious 15-seating capacity, interior dashboard, and power side step.
Maybe for key features, first I'll start off with its size. So it's very spacious. It offers 15 seats, comfortable seats for everyone. It has multiple stowage bins, of course cup holders for us, and then multiple power sockets. It's mated to a diesel engine, which makes it very fuel efficient also. I'm proud to say that it's probably one of the few vans that actually has its own individual 3-point seat belts for all of the 15 seats. So it's very safe. It also offers electronic stability program that we have. So we have that, well, of course, aside from the airbags.
Customers purchasing the all-new Transit this year will get free 5-year scheduled service maintenance plan to further boost their business growth and productivity. With the recent introduction of the Geely brand to the Philippines, so just G Auto Philippines, the exclusive distributor of Geely cars in the country, has found a best way to showcase the features and capabilities of their flagship SUV, the Coolray, that was bringing a group of motoring scribes to a 2-day media drive event in Bataan aboard the vehicle.
We invited 15 medias from different outlets, and we invited them to drive the all-new Geely Coolray. So we are now here at Anvayaco, Bataan to experience how cool the Coolray is.
They chose Bataan as their drive destination for its route, where a mixture of public roads and highways, and at the same time mountain hills are present to test the Coolray's engine and technology.
The Geelys that you see right now are the Geely 3.0 era, so they're now integrated with Volvo DNA. So as you can see, the car actually has that Volvo character in it. So one of the features is really, again, as mentioned, the engine, 1.5 3-cylinder engine, 177 horsepower and 255 Nm of torque. And at the same time, it's equipped with the 7-speed dual clutch transmission, which is a wet type, so you wouldn't have any problems driving it in traffic and also in highways.
The Chinese marque says the new SUV was designed using the youth power concept with lines and angles which distinguishes itself from other SUVs in the market. Other features include a 7-inch LED instrument panel display which matches the 3 different driving modes, normal, eco, and sport, and a 10.25-inch multimedia touchscreen with QD-Link Android connectivity function. Geely promises a lot more are in store for the brand in 2020, with introduction of new models to add to their existing lineup.
Geely Philippines is planning to launch the new models in every 6 months. That is the plan. So the next will be in March or April 2020. Yeah. That is scheduled to be the another SUV. I really appreciate our friends from media join this tour, and I expect everyone had a feeling and experienced what is Geely Coolray with the very excellent performance and the technical features.
Ford Philippines recently invited members of the motoring media to test drive the Ford Ranger XLS 4x4 and XLT 4x2 variants. With an aim to highlight the Ranger's power and capabilities, Ford prepared special activities to showcase the business aspect of two variants.
So we're here today in Herona, Tarlac. We brought our Ranger XLS and XLT variants to be able to showcase its power and performance. And as you all know, the Ford Ranger is really built Ford tough, and there is really so much to enjoy and to experience with the Ford Ranger. So pickup trucks are really big in the province, especially in areas where there's really a farm or in a construction facility. So because a lot of our consumers are basically recognizing the features and capabilities of the Ford Ranger when it comes to helping them in hauling equipment, in towing equipment, then this is really the best place where we can really feel and experience the power and the capability of the Ford Ranger.
The day started in Quezon City, driving up north to the group's first stop, Ford Pampanga. The dealership, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary, features the full lineup of Rangers in its display area. Then the media were off to do some activities that highlight the payload capacity and work-ready capability of the Ford Ranger.
We actually went and immersed ourselves in a construction area where we experienced the payload capacities of the Ford Ranger, the XLS and the XLT. And this afternoon, we're here today in Tarlac to actually immerse ourselves in a farm to be able to experience and showcase the capabilities of the Ranger when it comes to its payload and towing capabilities, which are definitely best in class.
Through these various activities, Ford emphasizes the performance, reliability, comfort, and safety of these entry-level and mid-tier variants of the Ranger.
Well, we'd like to invite everybody to come check out the Ford dealership and check out our gigantic deals for the Ford Ranger. The Ford Ranger is now available at 943,000 pesos or 125,000 cash discount for the XLT variant. So I would like to greet everybody a Merry Christmas and hope to see you in a Ford dealership nearest you soon. Thank you.
The 13th Manila Auto Salon and 25th Sport Truck Show were recently held at the SMX Convention Center by Mall of Asia, back-to-back with the Tactical Survival and Arms Expo of Armscor Global Defense Inc. Over 200 show-stopping vehicles were present for the display and competition. Conceptualized and organized by the leading motoring events production company Trade Show International Inc., this event is by far the most comprehensive motor show for customized vehicles, performance cars, sport utility vehicles, 4x4s, off-roaders with a retail section for products and services. Meanwhile, the Tax Expo had its usual LTOPF Caravan, a one-stop shop for firearm ownership, licensing, and renewal. The major highlight of the motoring event was the competition for 6 Best of Show title awards, namely Custom Car, Tuner Car, and Extreme Custom Car for Manila Auto Salon, and Sport Truck, Sport Utility Vehicle, and Extreme Sport Truck for the Sport Truck Show. The major highlights of the Tax Expo were the Gun Show, the LTOPF One-Stop Shop Caravan, the free seminar series, and the activity center featuring archery, knife throwing, among others. Harley-Davidson Motor Company has announced its much-awaited 2020 model year lineup, including a new addition to the touring range, the Electra Glide Standard.
Harley-Davidson has been here in the Philippines for 6 years. Customers are eager and wants more from Harley-Davidson. So we brought in the 2020 models to give it to the customers, to have it with much more competitive price since we started way back in 2013.
As presented, the Electra Glide Standard is designed for the traditional touring customer. No screen, simply a motorcycle that provides and heightens the experience of the journey. This fundamental experience is a key element in the design and engineering of the Electra Glide Standard.
The highlights of the 2020 touring bikes, the Reflex Defensive Rider System, which means that it has the more traction control when sudden accelerating, braking, and stopping, especially in cornerings and slippery roads.
We have more about the local auto industry as we now give you the Car of the Week on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This week's Showcase spotlights a pickup that doesn't only look bold and tough, but is also reliable. We have the Chevrolet Corralado Trail Boss. Watch this. That was the Chevrolet Corolado 2.8-liter 4x2 DSL 6-speed LT AT Trail Boss. Definitely a pickup that's worth checking out. Our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
Mitsubishi Xpander. Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
We now have our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
As we head on towards the end of 2019, let's look back on the efforts of transport and traffic agencies in improving transportation landscape and traffic situation in the country. This year, several infrastructure projects were started. Some were completed while others have been approved and on the planning stage already. These include bridges, expressways, road networks, and railway systems, among others. All are considered as big-ticket projects under the government's Build, Build, Build program or as a public-private partnership and are seen as the long-term solutions to traffic. When it comes to interim solutions, these include traffic management schemes which have received backlash from the motoring public like provincial bus ban and driver-only ban, the highly controversial motorcycle taxi operations, strict implementation of traffic rules and regulations, nationwide road clearing operations, and getting help from other transport agencies in manning traffic. Considering all of these, we asked the commuters on their assessment into traffic how it has improved for them and how they are being affected. Citing the LRT2 partial shutdown, some commuters who rely on the railways find it longer to commute with buses.
I live sa San Juan, medyo nahihirapan ako. Usually, nag-LRT na lang ako instead of bus kasi travel time wise, mas maikli. Parang 30 minutes lang yung biyahe ko from pag nag-LRT.
Since yung LRT medyo di ba na-cut sa Cubao? So, mas maraming tao pupunta doon. Like si Angge, medyo nahihirapan din siya kasi mas dumagdag yung sasakyan niya na places.
For those living in the south, there are some improvements as stated by one of the commuters from the area, with the strict implementation of loading and unloading routes.
Napansin ko na may improvement naman kasi kumbaga pinapatupad yung proper tamang babaan tsaka sakayan. So kumbaga sa Buendia kasi sobrang traffic lalo na mga bus tsaka iba't ibang kotse sabay-sabay. So kasi ngayon parang inimplement na iba na yung babaan ng mga bus. So parang nag-less yung siksikan sa may Buendia. So para sa akin okay naman. Pero
Kumbaga kasi rush hour din ako nakaka-uwi in Christmas season. So talagang factor na yung maraming pasahero and traffic. So kumbaga adjustment na lang din sa time travel.
With these testimonials, we can say that traffic improvement and the overall transportation landscape in the country still have a long way to go. But with everyone helping one another, we're very sure that we can reach our main goal in the near future.
That was Motoring Today's public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. We'd like to once again urge the public to help us solve motoring problems in our midst by referring them to us so we can in turn bring them to the attention of the involved authorities. Please refer to the screen regarding our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us.
If you missed some portions of our show today or any of the past episodes of Motoring Today, you can watch us online on motoringtoday.ph anytime today at your convenience.
Also, don't forget to check us out on our social media accounts.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 33rd year of continuing service to the general motoring public with lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
I'm Susie Gamboa.
Happy motoring!